Hello and welcome to the Have Knitting podcast. My name is Christy. This is a podcast about knitting, obviously, and crafting, sort of, whatever kind of craft that I happen to be doing. Because I tend to do lots of different little things. This is a podcast about parenting 6 crazy children. Although you won't hear much about them today because this week's been pretty crazy quiet. Which is bizarre for my family. Just lots of running around, settling into routine, that kind of thing. And that's good. It's good that we've had no major dramas. What else? If you're a new viewer, welcome. It's so good to have you join. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Thank you for taking time to sit with me for hopefully 20 minutes. Hopefully I can keep it that short today. So I've got Lego. There's Lego on the floor. I just picked it up and started fiddling with it, as you do. Okay, let's start with my cross stitch. Because like I said, not much has happened this week. So there's no point in rambling about my family when nothing's happening. So this is my cross stitch. It is almost March. And I'm showing you the back end of it. It's almost March and I haven't finished. I'm nowhere near finishing the first clue. Oh my goodness, they're going to release the third clue and I still haven't finished the first one. That's what I've done. I think I just started on the scooter last time. So I'm assuming that this, because I don't know, but I'm assuming that this blue section here is actually the River Thames. If you're from England, did I say that right? Feel free to tell me that I'm wrong. And I've started the little person sitting on the scooter. So I haven't stitched on it for the last few days because I've just I sort of went bang 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 and that was all I worked on pretty much, and then I just got stuck into my knitting. So I think I'm just going to have to go back and just spend a fair amount of time on it this week, just so I can, if I can just get this picture finished. So yeah, if this is the River Thames, so it must be London, right? If I can just get this picture done, I don't mind so much about the let's go bit, like the let's and the border here, because that can be filled in easily. I also worked on the border along here as well, so because I can kind of pick away on that as I go, or stitch away, not pick away, stitch away on that. But if I can just get this finished so that I've only got February to do, after March is, I love this. I'm really glad I signed up, but at the same time, I feel under pressure to get it done. And like I don't have enough time to do it. That's all right. I'll get it done. So that's going really well. I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. And now I'm paranoid that I've lost my needle. Because, lost needles, when you've got a little person in the house, is not good. And I have. My needle's gone. My needle has gone. Uh-oh. I have to go look for it. I'll go look for it. I'm going to try not to be too paranoid about that. Okay, so my Brosk pear shawl. I was working on this after I recorded last, and I got as far as the next section of lace and discovered that I missed the knit 2 together along here. So I put that in. I ripped it back and then I put myself in timeout and cast on something different, as you do. So yeah, so it's going along. It's just slow progress. I will get it done and I am knitting on it, but I'm in no hurry to finish it. For those of you that may want to knit along with me, it is a free pattern on Ravelry. It's by Tatiana Otruta, I think is how you pronounce her name. I don't know. I've got no idea how to pronounce her last name. It's Otruta, I think. But if you look up Bosk pear, B-O-S-C pear, you'll come up with this. This is the first thing that I think there's like 2 patterns, maybe 3. And my little progress keeper is from Knitter's Friend on Etsy, my lovely friend Emma. So I asked her if she could make me. So are you able to just make me a little progress keeper? And she made me 3. So that's one of them. So yeah, so that's just slow progress, as I said. But we'll get there. I'm giving myself until May. So if you are interested in joining the knit along, you have until May to join in. There'll be no prizes. It's just, you know, I thought it would be fun to knit with other people. And I'm teaching it, you know, like easy lace class, you know, like at my craft group. So, yeah, so there. Progress keeper put in. Now, because I've already recorded this once, I actually moved the stitch marker on my socks, which have gone missing. I've just got to find them. Okay. Oh, let's see. Where was I up to? I wonder if I can tell on here. I think I was down here somewhere. So I'm just going to move my stitch marker and make an assumption that I was down here because of the way those stitches are looking. That looks right. Okay. So the last time I spoke to you, I was about there, which was last week, and I've made really good progress. On my vanilla latte socks, knit in Serta Hudson. Oh, sorry. Bad podcast host. Bad. Sorry, I just smacked myself in the wrist. The Boast Pair shawl is being knit in, this is a gradient from Aussie Farmers Market called Dusk. It's the base is called Moolah, which is an MCN merino cashmere nylon blend. I think it's 80-10-10. So yeah, so that's that. And it's nice and soft. It's really lovely and squishy. So yeah, like I said, I'm in no rush to get it done. May, get it done for May. That's my deadline. I should put that on Ravelry. Now you've heard it. Now you get to keep me accountable. No pressure or anything. So this is yeah. So this is Serta Heart and Soul in the Twist and Shout colorway. Knit on 2.5 millimeter Addy needles. Magic looping, obviously. And that's about where I was last time. So I've made decent progress this week. It's just, it sits in the car. I don't knit on this anywhere else but when I'm out. So one of the things I started this week, because I thought it would be fun, is I started a new hashtag, Have Knitting Will Knit. So yesterday it was Have Knitting Will Knit at the pool while my daughter has swimming lessons. So if you would like to join in, I'm going to open a thread in the group on Ravelry, the Have Knitting group. And you can come in and post photos of where you're knitting. So, I mean, I don't care about the project. I just care about the, oh no, I do care about the project. But you can be working on the same project. It doesn't have to be a different project every picture. But the place where you're knitting needs to change. So you could be knitting at the movies and the next day it could be knitting at, you know, your closest favourite Italian restaurant. Like, it doesn't matter. So for every unique picture that you post in Ravelry of your knitting in a new environment, location, whatever you want to call it, you get one entry into the drawing. At the end of March, I will draw the raffle. So for every unique photo you post of your knitting with you somewhere, I will, oh, I'm losing it. I will, yes, I will give you a ticket in the raffle, and then I will draw a random number from that raffle at the end of March. Or actually, it'll be the beginning of April because it'll run until the end of March. So, and if you're on Instagram, you can use the hashtag HaveKnittingWillKnit. And there was something else I was going to say about that. But for the entry to be valid, it needs to be posted in Ravelry, because otherwise I'm going to have too many places to kind of draw things from, and that gets confusing for a mum of 6 who's really tired and not able to think about the next sentence or the next word in a... See? So that's that. Anyway, so when I put my shawl, well, when I realised I made a mistake on my shawl, and I said I cast on something new. I cast on the Phobia socks from Sock Architecture because I really want to knit them. And, you know, it's a bit of mindless knitting. So this is it. This is a sock blank, which is here, from Pickle & Co. Fibres on Etsy. She is based in Queensland, I think. And I love this. I love the sort of mottled texture that is going on. You know, like, I guess, I mean, like, look at that. I mean, like, it's grey, but there's all this depth and texture just in the way that the sock blank's been dyed. And I love this. This is so exciting. Like, this is really exciting. I cannot tell you how exciting this kind of modelly texture is for me. I mean, like, I know it's going to go from grey to purple, and that's exciting too, but I don't know. I love this. I love this whole mottled kind of look. I can't tell you why, but I love it. I will only knit from sock blanks for now. No, that's not true. But I do love this, and I will. I've been sussing out all the sock blanks on Ravelry, and I've even been sort of researching how to dye them myself, because there's only like one Aussie that I can find that's doing them, which is Pickle & Co. Fibers, and to get them in from the US is ridiculous. So maybe, just maybe, I'll have to dye my own, because this is so much fun. Look at that. That's lovely. I love it. Anyway, so that's done on my Knit Pro Zings that I bought, which I was really keen to try as well, which is also a reason why I started it, because I really wanted to use the needles. I think the colour's ruby. I could be wrong. The only thing that I don't like about these needles is the way that the cable joins to the needle. Because I am a tight knitter, I'm having to really push with my thumbnail my stitches onto the needle. But otherwise, I really, really love these needles, and I would buy more. I just wish that this join wasn't so clunky. So that's that. So that's a joy to knit. And I also cast on my Ivana shrug because I'm crazy. You know, because I don't have enough to go on. I've actually also cast on Maddox the mischievous monster. I can't say that. Maddox the I can't say mischievous. Maddox the I cast on a Rebecca Danger pattern. And I've kind of, I don't know what I was doing. I ended up ripping it. Got both legs done and then ripped them out because I'd made a mistake. So, you know, how do you fix that? And I think they were 2 different lengths. So that's just kind of a really, really, really slow moving project, which I will show you one day, eventually. Oh, I did my Shetland Shorty. I wove in all the ends of the Shetland Shorty. And then, it was too cold this morning to wear it, so I put something a little bit warmer on, and now it's gone really muggy. So maybe next weekend I can wear it, or at least get because you can't really see it because you only see from here up. But anyway, it's done. I'll try and get some photos of me wearing it sometime soon. And I'm really happy with it. Yeah. Anyway, so this is my Ivana shrug by it's just called Ivana by Annie Claire, knit in Debbie Bliss tweed. Debbie Bliss Fine Donegal Tweed in the colour Midnight. I just used some cotton yarn to do the provisional cast on. I cast this on last night as a reward to myself for finishing the Shetland Shorty. I'm knitting it on size 5 Knit Pro Zings, again, because I really wanted to give these needles a good try. The join on this one isn't as bad. Like, I'm not having as much trouble getting my stitches onto this particular needle. So it's just the smaller size needle that's a pain. But these are, again, an absolute joy to knit with, and it helps that they're pink. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. I haven't made much progress, and I probably won't. I think it'll just be, because it's just plain stocking stitch for like forever. So I think I'll just kind of knit on this when I just want to do some mindless knitting and I don't want to work on my soft blank or something. I don't know. Or when I'm watching TV, I don't know. I kind of feel guilty for casting it on. Now I'm going to knit on it. I kind of feel guilty for casting it on because I've got so many other things that I should be working on. But I'd done the gauge swatch, I had done the maths, I had contacted the designer, I had, refigured out how many stitches I needed, because it calls for a sport weight yarn, and I was doing it in a yarn with a much finer gauge, because even though this is a fingering weight, I think because the pattern is originally knit in Savannah DK by the Fibre Company, so it must be like a light 8-ply. So when she said sport weight, maybe she's thinking like a heavier kind of sport weight. But yeah, so I'm knitting it in something much lighter than that. So, you know, when I did all that hard work, I was like, well, you know, it's sitting there waiting to be cast on. I should just do it. So then I did, and then I realised this morning that I didn't check my row gauge. So when it comes to picking up stitches around the arms, for the lace section on the arms, I've got no idea. So I wrote a note to myself to make sure that I take my row gauge at some stage, so I can figure that out. So yeah, that's it. I rushed through this one. The last one was like over 20 minutes, and I was like only 3/4 of the way done. So I'll just do a crazy little dance because I can. I think that's it. I've got to go find a needle now. I'm a bit stressed about, so, you know, cross-stitching embroidery needles on the floor of my lounge room, where my baby can potentially pick them up and stick them in his mouth, or stick it in his mouth. That's not a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Don't forget, have knitting will knit is the hashtag on Instagram, or just come along and share your knitting adventures with me. I really want to know where you're knitting. And you know what? If you're getting funny responses to people knitting, like yesterday when I was knitting at the pool, like I was sitting at the down the end, like one end of the lanes, and so I think it's affectionately known as the deep end. I was sitting down the deep end, and there was an instructor like almost right in front of me, she's sort of diagonally off to the side, teaching 2 or 3 little girls how to swim. And I looked up at one stage, because, you know, like I'm fairly intently working along on my sock, and this girl, I kid you not, is just staring at me. And I was like, okay, that's a little bit disconcerting. And I went back. You know, she's supposed to be teaching swimming, and she's staring at me. And I looked up about, 5 seconds later, and she was still staring at me. So I'm not sure if she was staring at me because I was knitting, or if maybe I had something on my face and she, just didn't have the heart to tell me. So, yes. Ooh. Oh, no. All right, well, I've got to go because my son, I think, has just pulled something down on top of him because I can hear him crying. All right, so my husband's out there, so don't worry, he's not out there, I'm supervised. Anyway, so I will sign off. Remember, have knitting, will knit, and I will see you again next week. Bye.